Yeah, I mean, I was turning 40 and I'd been a parent for about 8 years and I wanted to I guess say something about childhood. I was trying to make a movie about childhood, but then the dilemma hit me of like, well, what part of childhood? All my ideas were all over the place. I had memories of being 14 and 7 and I didn't know how to just the practicality of shooting with an actor and then casting another actor. None of it made sense. I couldn't grab the story. So finally, I just had this one big idea. Well, how about just get the same cast and we'll film a little bit each year? Like, could you do that? Would that work as a movie? So I'd never seen it before, but it felt like it could work. It was one of those like aha moments that you have every now and then. So it's kind of a simple idea, really, to watch time work through a film, but it's so impractical on a production level. So it was a big challenge, but that was the big idea, I think. Well, I've been wanting to make a film about childhood, so I've been thinking about that a lot, and I couldn't really find the moment of childhood because you're limited. You've got the age of the kid and everyone around them. So, but all my ideas kind of spanned a lot of time, and I couldn't pick that one moment. So I had this great idea, or it felt like a original idea to just, what if we filmed? Why couldn't you film a little bit and just watch these people just grow up on camera within one film? That seemed like such a unique way to tell a story that I hadn't really seen before, but it really solved my problem. Like so many things you come up with are problem solving, and this solved my narrative. It's not a documentary, it's a story, but I was trying to tell the story of a whole maturation process, the whole childhood, boyhood, and youth, aspect of growing up. I knew it would end with him, going off to college and starting in first grade. I had the grid of 1 through 12, those grades you kind of have to go through, because I thought that's kind of what you're sentenced to, from childhood. You're going to be in school through 12th grade. You're going to live in your parents' house. That there was this kind of thing beckoning beyond that. And I wanted to get there in the movie. So that, to me, that covered the whole thing. That's what I had to express about growing up. But the movie's also about parenting too, so. To me, it all comes down to storytelling, like it was just the film was going to capture this fictional family aging through this time period, and it was going to go kind of where they went to some degree, narratively speaking. But it was always, it wasn't like a social experiment. It never felt, it was just always storytelling. It was trying to depict what they're all going through in a pretty natural, simple way that I kind of had a lot of faith in the cumulative effect of time and identification. Like you would become attached to the family in some way. You'd start to care about them. Cinema has that ability. And so once you kind of understood them and got into them, it would pull you in, and the cumulative effect of the time passing would be kind of powerful in itself. So really, to me, the lead character in the movie is really time. This family, but it's also really just how we all process time and think about our own lives. And there's something in here, I think, for everyone to think about, like who hasn't matured, who hasn't, grown up, So the idea hit me in a flash. It was just going to be one tone, one cast, one movie, all in one. It would look the same. There was not going to be a sign that said, oh, it's this year or this grade, or, it was just going to flow imperceptibly, from one year to the next. And this family was going to, that's what the story was. This family just maturing and, what happens in their lives. It wasn't a documentary. It was just one story made up of a lot of little pieces.